Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Well, today is the day. I'm going to be looking at all 16 episodes of Mako Mermaids Season 3 and ranking them from worst to best. So, the usual set of rules, or for those who haven't watched my show, I'll give you my ruling. First off, this list is just my opinion. If you have a difference, if yours is different than mine, let me know down in the comments below and tell me what you think. And two, I'm going by the script here, so that way my reasoning for ranking episodes low or high is, well, there should be a reason for that. So, without any further ado, let's get straight into it. And what I consider the absolute worst episode of Season 3 is number 16, episode 14, Age Before Beauty. Well, if you watched my review of the episode, then you know just how insulting the arc for these characters are. Rita character. Honestly, the way they did it just absolutely infuriates me. It's forced, it comes out of nowhere, and it has one episode of build-up. That's literally it. If it was a whole season of build-up, I can give it some leeway, but one whole episode? Yeah, no. Throwing everything that your entire arc of the series just throws out the window. And not only do you screw yourself over, you screw Ardina over too. Oh, and making your rival the quote-unquote Passable? Yeah, no. No. This character has shown no remorse in terms of being a good person. She's just doing it because she just wants power. And I hate it. But the one good thing I do like in this episode is Carithe Atkinson's performance when she has act like an elderly lady. She surprisingly pulls it off. But it doesn't save it from being the black sheep of ass. It's just a terrible episode. Enough said. And just barely missing from the bottom. Number 15, episode 10, Wishful Thinking. Yeah, who thought this was a good idea? I thought this was meant to be a romance, drama, fantasy show. Not sci-fi. Where did this come from? Now, if it was from a nerdy character, I can buy that a little leeway, but adding sci-fi into your show is kind of weird to me. And this one has such a good idea, but it lacks in execution. And it doesn't just lack in execution, let me scratch that. It doesn't just lack in execution, it overstuffs it way too much. Now, I get the girls traveling 5 years into the past. That I can buy, but putting Zack in an alternate dimension, it seems a little much. Now, I will say I do like Dylan Taipansi's performance as young Zack. He actually isn't bad, and I could see him growing up into Child Rumian. And I do like the girls try to help build the kids' self-esteem, but man, the whole time travel and parallel dimensions thing is really far-fetched. It could be kind of cool, like if it was a sci-fi version of the episode, but it really doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. But again, the reason it doesn't rank at the bottom, at least it's not a character assassinating. At least it's got that. Number 14, episode 5, The Puzzle Box. Now, it's a good idea, but it's lacking in so many plot holes that you could feel a garbage bag full of it. Like, there's so much. Okay, I get why they want to use the Trap the Dragon, but the way they do it is lackluster at best. Now, I do like the introduction of Uncle Shen into the show. My apologies for not mentioning that in my review of the episode. But I feel like he could be introduced a little later, because this episode feels like filler, except for him. But if they just cut him out, you could skip this episode entirely. Yeah. Although, I do like Miss Trumbull getting instant karma. That I at least buy that she would get punished. But the subplot doesn't also work for them much. And this is the one only episode of the season where I do not like Cam's character. I mean, pretty much insulting your girlfriend, that's pretty low. But given how much he's grown on me throughout season 2 and this one, I do like he does actually learn his lesson. That at least I'll give him some leeway. I mean, this is his first time being in a relationship, and you gotta learn from your mistakes. So I will give him that. But yeah, it's just a real bad case of too much plot and just little substance. That's all I need. Before I move on, surprisingly, these bottom 3 episodes are the only bad episodes in the season. Yeah. In my original videos, I could be at least in the middle, but there's only 3 bad episodes in here, and thankfully, the 13 entries and higher are some good in quality. So, at least we're getting past the bad stuff now. Number 13, Episode 7, Turning the Tide. Okay, so it may be on the good category, but it's still a bit of a slog. I will get the good out of the way. I do like the scenes with Lan trying to train Zack on how to the turn the tide technique. That is a really good montage section. I will give the episode that. And thank God they fixed the whole misunderstanding with Evie. Thank God it lasts a couple of seconds, because I can't stand the misunderstanding stuff with Evie. It makes Zack look like an ass, and you feel bad for Evie. But thank God they don't dwell on it too much. But this is honestly Odina at her lowest and pretty damn stupid. Yeah, maybe don't practice water magic tricks when you're in a public place, especially when you're working here. I mean, what if an employee catches you? You know, like Joe. Although it is stupid, Joe's reaction does get a few decent laughs. So yeah, the episode's kind of a slog, but hey, it has a few good moments here and there. Number 12, Episode 11, Lost and Found. This one is also kind of a meh for me, but hey, I do like Carl's interactions with Leon, which, again, I apologize for not including that bit when I reviewed the episode, so might as well add it here. And I like that Chris is a legit nice dude. He's not coming out to Mako for money, power, or glory. He's coming out to Mako because he's just a legit nice dude. I mean, he's only doing it just for work. He's just doing his job. And when he sees Marius, I hope I pronounced that correctly, he legit feels bad for scaring her off. I mean, he's a legit nice dude. Too bad Mimi struns him along, but he's a good dude. But what stopped him ranking higher is Amarius herself. While I do praise the actress that plays her, she's good. The kid kind of is mixed bag for me. I mean, given that this is the second time she disobeys on Dan and goes wandering off on her own, seriously, even when you're a mermaid or a human, that's still pretty dumb. And yes, I will be mentioning this again later. It feels like a slog that's padding for time. So yeah, not terrible, it's just a bit of a slog. Although I do like the Carl and Chris scenes. They legit have a few decent moments. Number 11, Episode 8, The Way of the Dragon. Now, I will say this. The way they handled the ending is honestly freaking well done. I like the ballsy way they do Evie's character here. I like that they do it like pretty much during the second half of the season. I get that. I will get into more detail when I review the season, but it's good. It's fine enough. The ending is pretty good. And I do like Zach's face-off with the dragon. I mean, nice continuity from the previous episode, learning that little trick. But the way they handle it feels like it could have been avoided. Why Evie tricks Undina and Mimi into backing away and not helping is kind of weird to me, kind of confusing. And Waylon not stopping Evie, I mean, there was multiple ways this could have been avoided, Waylon, if you actually did something. But, yeah, it feels like slog in the middle, with a good start and a good ending, slog in the middle. That's all. So yeah, not terrible, but again, I like the way they handled Evie's character arc at the end of the episode, but it's a slog in the middle. It's a slog in the middle. Alright, we're in the top 10, people, but we're far from the good stuff, so let's continue. Number 10, Episode 4, Mopping Up. The episode's a real mixed bag for me. And I think I might have mentioned this when I reviewed the episode. It's pretty much the Sorcerer's Apprentice Mako Mermaid style. Main character has magic, aka the moon ring. A broom is involved, the broom gets out of control, main character has to fix it, chaos ensues. That's pretty much the Sorcerer's Apprentice in a nutshell. If you're watching the Mickey Mouse version or the Nicolas Cage movie. Either way, it's still the same one. Honestly, Evie should have received more training with that technique and not ignoring her chores and using magic to solve her problems. But hey, it does lead to a funny bit with the broom tricking everybody. At least it's that. But this is Joe at his worst. Abandoning the business and your brother for your own selfish goals. Bite me! You're an awful person and you know it. Honestly, I don't know who's worse. You or Miss Trumbull. But I will give Cam credit. Him trying to help Kim and Carly is honestly one of the sweetest things you could ever do. I mean, he could have thought it more clearly, but hey, he did it when there's no reward involved. It's a pretty sweet moment. But yeah, the episode's a real mixed bag for me. Number 9, East Meets West, aka A Visit from the East. And I know they're technically not the same title, but they have 2 titles. I'm gonna mix them both. It's my channel. I can decide if I want to use both titles. But anyway, I think this is a good start to the season. Yes, I said good start. I love the introductions with Waylon. I mean, seriously, who could look badass jumping through the streets of Shanghai and revealing yourself to be a mermaid? That is freaking cool. And I like the introduction of the water dragon. I think he looks pretty damn intimidating. And I like Waylon's introduction to Undina, Mimi, Evie, and Zach. It gets a few decent lads from Linda No. But I do have a few problems with it. David's add in this season makes no sense. I know you're supposed to be for work, but why are you here? Why aren't you with Serena? You know, the girl you supposedly love. I mean, I don't know. He pretty much adds nothing to the episode, and him finding out about everyone else just feels like that could have been explained a little better. Oh yeah, remember I said that that little mermaid Amaris? Yeah. The way it's edited, how she somehow ends up near shore and not with the other mermaids in Undina, is weirdly edited to me. I don't know. I don't know if it's even an editor mistake or she swung really fast. I don't know. It feels weirdly edited to me, and this is where she should have learned her lesson to not run the hell away. What is wrong with this kid? Weird. But yeah, good season premiere with a few bits that could have been handled better. Number 8, episode 15, The Legend of Jiao Long. So yeah, I thought this was actually pretty good. For one, Capria Hines' performance as Ricky is fantastic here. I mean, her reintroduction was perfect. I like her interaction with the girls. I like the intensity. Zach's bit in there was pretty fun. I mean, yeah, and one of my subscribers brought this up. How would Ricky stop the glass? She doesn't have hydrokinesis. She has hydropriokinesis. Yeah, that bit is never explained, so thanks for bringing that up, Laser125. But yeah, that bit was great. My one problem, and what stops her from ranking higher, is what they do with Chris's character. Mimi is pretty much stringing him along and, you know, not trusting him enough to let in on the mermaid business. So yeah, I think Chris breaking up with you was the smartest thing he's ever done. Oh yes, they do patch this up in the next episode, in the following episode. And to say the way they handled it here was pretty bad. That's why it stops it from ranking higher. Number 7, episode 16, Homecoming. Well, it was about time I decided to bring this one up. And now I have to say, this was a pretty good finale. I think the battle is awesome. I love the twist surrounding Narissa. And again, Capria Hine gives a fantastic performance as Ricky as always. Seriously, her bits with Ondina and Wayline gets the best freaking laughs. Seriously, the scene where she says, "You need to teach me that," is honestly in line with Ricky's character, and it's so damn funny. But I wish Ricky could have been there. I mean, if she had time to chat with the girls after the battle, why weren't you there? That is a little off to me, but Mimi telling Chris in the very final episode of the show feels like they're just rushing it to fix up the story. I don't know. But it's still a good season finale. Not the greatest, but still pretty good. Number 6, episode 13, Letting Go. Honestly, what really ranks it this high is Ellie Bertrand's performance as Mimi. I mean, her wanting to see her mother again feels very close to home. Oh, and I wanted to bring this up because I didn't have time to read it. My condolences to your grandmother, Beckham Reviews. My sincere condolences. My sincere condolences. And I know exactly how you feel. I sadly lost my brother nearly 9 years ago. I know exactly how you feel, man. But Mimi's feeling for wanting to see her mother again just feels very realistic in line with her character. A sweet girl who just wants to see her mother again. And I get Zach's reasoning too. I mean, he doesn't know a single thing about his birth mother. So his underreaction feels genuine. And I love the final act. I think it's very tense. The water dragon looks intimidating, and Mimi looks terrified. I mean, I would be too. And while Chris once again adds nothing to the story, we would miss Ondina and Wayland's reactions to the soccer game. Ondina rooting for the wrong team, and Wayland's reaction to it, which I forgot to mention in my review of the episode, so my apologies. So yeah, while it is pretty good, the soccer bits could have been cut. And again, to Beckham Reviews, my sincere condolences. I know exactly how you feel, so you're not alone. Here we are, folks, the top 5. These 5 episodes are just freaking great. From pretty much B+ to S. So, at number 5 we have Episode 12, Trust Issues. Yeah, I think this episode is actually handled well. And it has legit reasons why. I think Isabel Durant's performance as Ondina is spot on here. I mean, yeah, her feel worried that Mimi is gonna feel the same way she did in the last relationship is honestly I get. I mean, Ondina felt heartbroken when Eric betrayed her, and she's worried that Mimi will fall into the same trap. And while it is a bit iffy that she would go intentionally sabotage it, I get where she's getting at. And her instantly regretting what she just did, seeing Mimi break down crying, she instantly wants to fix it. And I honestly believe that this is what a real friend would do. Acknowledge the mistake and trying to fix it. That's a real friend right there. But Wei Lan's reaction here is pretty damn funny. I mean, her trying to stop Ondina from screwing it up gets a few pretty funny bits. And yeah, I like the subplot with Cam McCurley. I mean, them trying out new things for the cafe feels in par with the real world. But yeah, I think the episode is pretty good. Honestly, Mimi and Ondina are great. I legit buy this friendship. Very well done. Number 4, Episode 6, New Beginnings. I think the character bonding in this episode is very stellar. Isabel Durant and Linda No's performances as Ondina and Wei Lan is stellar, as they're pretty much up in the air in the entire episode, trying to work together to fix the problem. I instantly buy this little underrated friendship. It's legit good writing and very good acting. And honestly, them trying to work together is great physical comedy. And I like the subplot with Mimi trying to help the pregnant dolphin. Her scenes with Carl is pretty good. It's sweet, it's adorable, and it's very heartwarming. So yeah, I think the episode is pretty good. And the 3 above it are also great. Number 3, Episode 3, Recipe for Success. I love the advantages the premise of the episode takes. Wei Lan and Zach's scenes together are so freaking funny. I mean, them literally changing voices and hair, I legit buy this would happen. I mean, it's pretty much kind of a slow body swap episode, but one that's legit creative and funny. And while I hate Miss Trumbull as a character, her reactions here are pretty damn funny, so I'll give her one small pass. And while Zach doesn't technically cheat, I did kind of make a rant about how Miss Trumbull instantly goes after Zach. But hey, I get what Zach was trying to do. Learn from the expert. So yeah, I think this episode is pretty damn fun. Stupid fun, but fun regardless. Number 2, Episode 2, Seeing is Believing. I love the character tension between Ondina and Wei Lan. From Wei Lan's perspective, she's just trying to save herself, meaning she's the only one from the Eastern Pod left alive. And I get from Ondina's perspective that Wei Lan suspiciously arrived around the same time the dragon did. Yeah. But I get why. But Wei Lan actually trying to prove herself and trying to help is a really good character moment. And while it is questionable how Joe managed to get Carl and Chris on his little scheme, but Joe's reaction to the whole bit is pretty damn funny. I like Chris's reintroduction to the season. I think it's a great reveal. And the third act has pretty good tension, wondering if Joe is able to catch the water dragon or the girls are able to stop him. And I like the ending where Ondina finally accepts Wei Lan as one of them. It's a pretty sweet character bit, and I absolutely love it. But there is one episode of the season that I consider just freaking perfect. And the number 1 best episode of Mermaids Season 3 is number 1, Episode 9, Reversal of Fortune. Honestly, It's just freaking perfect. The way they handle Evie's character is perfect. Honestly, has to be Gemma Forsythe's best performance out of the entire season. She was great in the previous episode, but here is where she nails it. The way she maturely handles the acceptance of not being a mermaid anymore is handled perfectly. It's nicely built up, it's good writing, and it ends on a sweet note with going diving with her father, something she couldn't do because she was a mermaid. It really works. It's a tearjerker. I like the way Undine and Mimi tries to fix the problem. It shows that they trusted Evie and accepted her as one of their own. That's good character writing. And while it sadly backfires, there was good intentions in there. And this is honestly Linda No's best performance as well. I mean, while I'm being blamed, although to be fair, it is technically your fault, the way it's handled is also great. I mean, she legit feels terrible that Evie lost everything, and her scenes with Uncle Shen is perfectly acted. And I like the message that running away will not solve your problem. And I like that she again solves the problem by helping getting Undina's legs back. It shows that, yeah, Undina was harsh, but she could have handled it a little gentler. And I like they instantly apologize, Evie accepting the situation, all wrapping up perfectly. So yeah, Reversal of Fortune is, I consider, my number one favorite episode of Mako Mermaids Season 3. And there's a lot of, it's just freaking perfect. Now before I just realized in my number 6 entry, I forgot to mention the episode where Cam finally quits his job. I legit forgot about that bit, so my humble apologies. Yeah. I like episode 6. The subplot is pretty meh, hence why it's not in the top 5. Anyway. And that's the end of the video, folks. Hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, like and comment, subscribe. I hope to get more videos like this. Speaking of which, tomorrow, I'll be giving my full review of Mako Mermaids Season 3. Keep an eye out for that video. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.